All right, hi guys. Today we're going to talk about ratio tables. So yesterday we talked about ratios. Well, a ratio table is a way that we can set up several equivalent ratios at one time. And we can solve for the missing parts of those ratios by using multiplication or division. So if we look at this first one, it says that Lincoln loves to read. The table shows the price he pays to buy different paperback books. Complete the table and then graph the values on the coordinate plane. We're not going to worry about the graphing part. And determine how much it costs to buy 4 books by looking at the graph. Okay, so we're going to start with this one right here that is completed. Okay, it says 3 books cost $18. If 3 books cost $18, so 3 books is $18, we want to know, the first one is how much it costs for 1 book. Okay, so it's going to be equivalent, and we're going to say 1 book. And we don't know how much money. That's what we want to know, is how much money down here. Okay, so how do I get from 3 to 1? I can get from 3 to 1 by dividing by 3. So I'm going to do 3 divided by 3, which is 1, and 18 divided by 3, which is 6. So 1 book costs $6. So in your text box there, I want you to fill in $6. Now we're going to use that information to fill out the rest of this. Okay. So if we know that 1 book costs $6, then let's figure out how much 7 books cost. So 1 book is $6. So that means 7 books is, well, to figure that out, all we have to do is we have to do 6 times 7. And 6 times 7 is $42. So we're going to go ahead and fill in $42 right there. 42. Okay, now we need to figure out $54 and how many books that is. So we know that each book is $6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 54 and divide by 6. And 54 divided by 6 is 9. So I know that's 9 books. And we're almost done here. So if 10 books, we want to know about 10 books. So we're going to say 10 books times $6 a piece, and 10 times 6 is 60. So it's $60. And then the last part here is we have 4 books. So 4 books, we know that they're $6 a piece. So 4 times 6 is $24. So it would be $24 for 4 books. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and try the ratio tables below. Remember, you're starting with what you know. Okay, so in the first one here, you're starting with 8 and 28. So I want you to try and figure that one out. And then the second one, you're starting with 24 and 10. And remember, we want them to be equivalent. Once you complete, so go ahead and pause the video, try these out. And once you complete them, go ahead and play back the video to check your work. So the first thing I did was I took 8 and 28. I divided those both by 2 to get that 4 and 14. So that means with my 14 down here, I would put 4. Okay, I'm going to divide these by 2 again. And I'm going to end up with 2 and 7, which is my next missing one, 2 and 7. So you can see it's kind of going by 2s. Okay, so 28, we had 8 and 28. If we go 2 is 7, so 10 would be 35. So because 2 times 5 is 10 and 7 times 5 is 35. So 10 is going to be our blank down there. Okay. And in the next one, we're going to look for this relationship. So between 10 and 20 right here, I'm going to multiply by 2 to get there. So I'm going to multiply by 2 to get here on this side. So 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 3 is 72. And 10 times 3 is 30. So that works out. Okay. 24 times, if we look at the other relationships here, from 20 to 25, it went up by 5. 25 to 30, it went up by 5. So that means from 10 to, should be 15 here. And here it's going up by 12. So 24 to 36 is 12. 36 to 48 is 12. So 48 to 60 is 12. So 60 and 35 should go together. And that completes your ratio table. So now you're going to go to Schoology and you do have an assignment completing ratio tables.